Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Maayong hapon sa inyong tanan, no? Sa mga Visayas na participants natin ngayong hapon. And of course, good afternoon po to everyone. My name po is Ryan from PPSA and I will be your host for today's sessions. This is our first installment po of our Usapan series. And I remember in last May po, we featured Anihan Technologies and had a conversation about the role of agriculture innovations in addressing food loss in the Philippines. At kung napag-usapan po natin kung paano makakatulong ang teknolohiya sa pagpapalago ng ating in our agriculture sector, ngayon naman po ay tatalakayin natin kung bakit mahalaga ang mga kababaihan sa sektor ng agrikultura. We organized this learning session so we can learn from one of our partners how empowering women can help in advancing the agriculture sector and empowering their communities, especially in times of crisis. I know lahat po tayo apektado, no? At nakaka-relate last pandemic na nangyari during the lockdown. Kaya excited na rin kaming ipakilala sa inyo ang mga makakausap natin ngayon, ng mga women leaders sa usapan session natin ngayon pong hapon. But before that, before we start, we have some reminders lang po for everyone. This is the usual, no? During online session, meetings, and events tulad nito. So may mga konting reminders lang po. Una, ang session po nito ay recorded. Pangalawa, sa ating mga nasa Zoom po, mangyari po lamang na mag-rename po tayo using our format like company, organization, plus yung pangalan po ninyo. Ano po? So, and also remain po na nakamute ang ang ating account or phone or during the whole session. Tsaka, should you have any questions for our speaker, please put them on the chat box po. Kung may mga question po kayo at may mga katanungan sa inyong sarili, i-chat po natin para kunin po yan or pick up ng ating mga nasa team ng PPSA para ma-address po. Okay po? And if you have experiencing any technical difficulties po while on the Zoom, please chat again using the chat box po below. And of course, the last but definitely not the least, let's keep this a safe space for everyone to share their thoughts. So wala pong mali, walang tama. So maging magaan lang po ang ating usapan session ngayong hapon. Ano po? Well, to formally start this session and introduce our featured organization for this learning session, please welcome PPSA new country director, Miss
Miss
Asia
Asia
Baudis.
Baudis.
Ma'am.
Good afternoon to everyone. Thank you, Ryan. So ako po ay nagagalak. This is my first task as Country Director of the Philippines Partnership for Sustainable Agriculture to give the opening remarks for this learning session. So welcome po sa lahat ng ating attendees. Ginagawa po ito ng PPSA on a monthly basis. So ngayong hapon po, usapang women empowerment tayo. So magkukwentuhan po tayo kung paano natin ma-accelerate ang women empowerment sa Pilipinas at sa agri-sector. Pag-uusapan po natin kung paano magkakaroon ng enabling environment para po ma-encourage ang mga kababaihan sa agri to transform the agri-sector. By doing these learning sessions po, so yung members ng PPSA are able to share their work in the agri-sector and to contribute to knowledge sharing and best practices sharing. So ngayong hapon po, ang ka-collaboration po ng PPSA ay ang Catalyst Plus, and they will be featuring yung project po nila sa Pilipinas called Accelerating Women's Empowerment. So yun po ay, ang acronym po ay O. And we are joined this afternoon by their country representative, Mr. Matt Navalta, and two of their project officers, si Sir Vener Valerio and Erwin Altamirano. So meron din po tayong mga kasama ngayong hapon na women cooperative partners na mag-share po ng impact of the O project on their livelihood and on their communities. So meron po tayong isang chairman and isang general manager. So, ano po bang importance ng agri-sector? We all know that it's very important and it's faced with a lot of challenges, including climate change. So, because of this, bumababa po ang productivity, nata-threaten ang livelihoods. And pag naapektuhan ng productivity, we have food insecurity in terms of lack of supply and high prices. So, ano naman po ang important role ng women? So in the agri sector, there is gender inequality. Socially, so meron po mga unjust working conditions. Economically, paid less po ang mga babae than the male counterparts who are doing the same job and undervalued. So ang mga kababaihan need to cope and provide for their families, but the opportunities are limited. So alam niyo po ba, ayon sa PSA, Philippine Statistics Authority 2019, 23% lang po ng mga kababaihan ang employed sa agri-sector. So there is a need to increase equal access to livelihood opportunities to improve food security. Sabi nga po, kung ano ang nagagawa ng lalaki, pasintabi lang po sa mga male, kaya rin pong gawin ng mga babae. Women empowerment. So while working and looking after the household's needs, so yun yung tinatawag nating work at home, women should be given opportunities in the agri-sector to earn a living, something they can do from home. So work at home and work from home. So ang power po ng kababaihan kakaiba, and what we can contribute to the agri-sector and the economy as women empowerment champions, women leaders, women farmers, and women groups and cooperatives. So tayo po ay mga change makers at tayo po ay nakakahanap ng mga paraan kung paano maiangat ang ating mga komunidad. And we need partnerships po that will advocate women empowerment in the agri-sector. So napaka-importante po nito to increase opportunities and create an enabling environment. So we are excited to partner with Catalyst Plus to work on this program of Grow Asia and PPSA. Ang vision po ng Catalyst Plus is to build stronger economies for better lives by providing support in creating resilient. So napaka-importante po maging resilient during these times. Nakita po natin ito nung nagkaroon tayo ng unforeseen crisis like the COVID-19. And of course, inclusive. So dapat po sabay-sabay umaangat, walang naiiwan. So yung sector po ng agrikultura, gusto po natin gawing resilient and inclusive. So si Catalyst Plus po has been working in the Philippines to improve economies and social well-being of vulnerable and marginalized communities. At dahil nakita ng Catalyst Plus ang malaking kontribusyon ng kababaihan sa pagpapaunlad ng mga komunidad, they launched the Accelerating Women's Empowerment Project, which seeks to address challenges faced by women, farmers, associations, agribusinesses led by women, by enabling access to opportunities for sustainable livelihoods that can improve living conditions. We look forward to a fruitful kwentuhan this afternoon. So sabi nga ni Ryan, relax lang po, friendly, open, no right, no wrong answers. That will raise awareness on needs of women in agri and trigger us to act and partner to empower more women. So we can have gender equality and do advocacy work to focus on women empowerment. Before I turn you over to Sir Erwin to share more about Catalyst Plus and the O Project, meron po akong message sa mga babae. Tandaan niyo po, hindi lang po kayo babae lang, babae tayo. Good afternoon, and we hope this will be a very fruitful session. Thank you. Sir Erwin, turning over to you.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Angel. Magandang hapon, good afternoon, maayong hapon sa inyong atanan. Napagaya lang ako kay Sir Ryan. So, as what Ma'am Angel said, sinabi niya about change makers. So, from formerly the Canadian Executive Service Organization or CESO, we are now called the Catalyst. So, by the Catalyst Plus itself, you know what we mean. So, it is a Canadian Economic Development Organization directed towards collaborating with business, governments, and community organizations to strengthen knowledge and accelerate solutions for inclusive and sustainable progress. So we do our mission by tapping the services of Canadian volunteers who assist our client or partners through mentoring and advisory services. Currently, we are implementing a program called the Accelerating Women Empowerment, or O, which promotes gender equality and gender equality and women empowerment. Our target beneficiaries are micro women entrepreneurs and women-led and women-dominated cooperatives and associations who are mostly engaged in agribusiness. So we are now implementing the volunteer cooperation program which is under the Accelerating Women's Empowerment, which will run until 2027 and operating on 21 countries. So we have Philippines, Africa, Caribbean, Latin America, to name a few. So in the Philippines, we are working especially with DTI in regions 1, 2, NCR 4A, 5, and 6. And of course, our program is anchored in the FIAP, or the Feminist International Assistance Policy of the Canadian government, and also anchored in the Sustainable Development Goals. As you can see, it is aligned in 3, 5, 8, and 13 SDGs. And of course, we cannot operate without the support of the Canadian government. So we are funded by the Canadian government through the Global Affairs Canada. So the GAC puts the budget for our operation. And as you have heard, anyway, Ma'am Angel mentioned about what we do and what our missions are. So we can proceed with the Catalyst Advisor in Action while they are here in the Philippines. So the first that we can share is about the assistance of CA Kate. CA is Canadian Advisor, or Catalyst Plus Advisor. Kate Coffee, who assisted the Tagudin Samahan ng Magkakalamansi Producers Co-op in Tagudin, Ilocos. So the Tagudin Magkakalamansi Producers Co-op is also supported by the local government unit of Tagudin. So they also visited Mayor Versosa. So they are producing and processing calamansi juice. So, and the assistance of Catalyst Plus for the Tagudin Samahan ng Magkakalamansi focused on marketing. So the next assistance that we would like to share is the assistance provided with CA Grantley. He handled two recently Women Unity for Progress and Farmers Multipurpose Cooperative. They are into pickled papaya, producing pickled papaya. And the Cervantes Ilocos Sur Women Development Center, they are processing meat. So they have mga meat products, meat process like tocino, longanisa, and the likes. And the focus of the assistance was on strategic marketing. So both co-ops received the same, almost the same scope of assistance. And the last one we can share through this Catalyst assistance is with CA Ann. She assisted the Bawang Crochet Association. So as their association is named after crochet, so they are working on more on crochets. And CA Ann worked with them on business development and planning. So that would be a part of their goals on business growth and market expansion. So those are among the assistance that we are providing. And right now, there are simultaneously happening assistance in the Philippines. But of course, we want to give you first-hand information among our two program beneficiaries. So they will share with you and tell us about how Catalyst Plus and their organization or cooperative, the benefits of the assistance that we provided. So one would be the Boracay Women Producers Cooperative, and the other one is the Pinagdanlayan Rural RIC Multipurpose Cooperative. So to give them more time to share with you, we will hear from them later. So back to you, Sir Ryan. Thank you.
Maraming salamat po, Sir Erwin. Nakaka-inspire talaga ang ating mga kababaihan, no? Lalo na pag nakikita natin silang umuunlad. Kasi kung umuunlad ang ating mga kababayan, empowered sila. So hindi lamang sarili nila ang umuunlad, kumbaga pati asawa, nakakatulong sa asawa, sa pamilya, at eventually sa ating komunidad. Ano pa? So kaya naman, saludo kami sa Catalyst Plus at sana marami pang matulungan at ma-inspire ang O Project. no? Sa ngayon naman po, let's move on to another exciting part of the session. So, dahil sa usapang women empowerment ito, hindi makukumpleto ang session natin kung hindi po natin makakasama ang ating mga kahanga-hanga at empowered na mga bisita. So, to share with us how the O Project helped them, let's welcome Ms. Desiree Segovia, the chairperson of the Boracay Women Producers Cooperative. Ay, by the way, Ms. Desiree, may isa po palang participant dito na nakakakilala sa inyong maigi, kumbaga. So, magandang hapon po, Ms. Desiree. So,
Good afternoon po. Good afternoon. Sino yan, sir? Oh. Hello, I'm Desiree Segovia. I'm the chairperson of Boracay Women Producers Cooperative. We started in 2013 and we are 10 years now. And thank you for this opportunity to present our experiences here in, especially with the help of Catalyse. Sir? As we all know that Boracay is a global island here in the Philippines, and we are very fortunate to be in this island because it's now being promoted as the happiest island in the world, and at the same time the sports destination of being promoted also by our LGU. Next slide, ma'am. In 2014, we only started with in 2013 we were only 5, and then we became 10, and then in 2014 we started to have our own income generating project, and we engaged in the processing of root crops. No, we sold to guests, or we sold to the community and the tourists, and initially, we were able to open a bank account at the PNB with the help of a friend also. And we were able to register in 2015 with the CDA as a producers cooperative. At that time we were producing, so we were giving livelihood to the marginalized women here in Boracay. Next slide, sir. And then when 2017, we received a grant of 600K from PAGCOR. So our small time processing, we were able to make certain products like the super flower tea, like the soap shampoo, and we revived the native coffee of Boracay, which is Sara-Sara, the rice coffee. So, and then we also started to make coconut sugar. Ang dami pa po, ang dami naming ginagawa. Also made from coconuts, kasi maraming coconuts po dito sa Boracay, and during the closure, medyo marami ho kami nagawa. But before that, ito po muna yung pinagagawa namin, yung what is there lang na mga raw materials. Yun lang po ang ginagawa namin. Hindi ko kami bumibili sa labas ng mga raw mats. Next slide, please. So marami ko kaming naging benta, no? Marami ko kaming naging benta, and marami rin po nakinabang. Marami rin po kami nabigyan ng parang sweldo or allowances. Then ang aming mga kasamahan ay medyo may mga representation allowances. So marami po kami nagagawa at the time. Kaya lang nung nag-closure, siyempre marami kaming inventories, marami din kaming parang need gawin sana. Kaya lang because of that closure and the typhoons, and at the same time nagko-COVID, nang tuloy-tuloy, parang bumabawi kami sa ngayon. Yan po ang ginagawa. And then came po nung COVID. Next slide, please. Nag-COVID po na medyo hindi namin alam gagawin namin. Dumating po ito ang tawag ng DTI sa amin na meron daw seso yung Canadian Executive Service Organization, who wish to help us out with our business, no, in terms of guiding us, no, in our business. So papasalamat po kami doon kasi March po nag-umpisa yon. Medyo medyo panicky kami. March, April, May, June, July. After 5 months ay ang DTI tumawag because of this CESO assistance. And then after po niya, next slide, sir. Ayan po, nakilala po namin sina Sir Jerry at sina Sir Erwin, sina Sir Matt, and ang DTI po namin dito, Aklan, na nag-facilitate po talaga na mabigyan kami ng assistance na tulad nito ng ginagawa ni na CESO at that time, na napaka-importante po sa amin at that time kasi talagang kami, yung tuliro ba, sir? Para we do not know what to do. And then came this one na nag-guidean po kami to make a roadmap and to make a business map and to make a decision sa mga decision making namin, and to identify, ang importante is to identify what we will prioritize at this time because may COVID and wala kaming turista, because those were our target market. So nung ina-assess kami ni Sir Jerry O'Connor na na marami kaming members. So we have to divert now. Ang niya is from the tourist-based na enterprises namin, we diverted to our members, no, to community-based na mga enterprises. So before we do that, train kami ng CESO, ng CA namin sa business management, budget planning, overhaul talaga ng aming the way that we do things before. Parang na-overhaul talaga yun. And then most especially doon sa marketing part, no, ang binigyan kami ng Biblia namin. Nasabi nga namin is the roadmap according kay CA Jerry namin. So next slide, sir. Next slide, sir. Ayan, then from that guidance po na binigay sa amin ni CA Jerry, balik muna tayo, sir. Balik muna tayo, sir, sa isang slide. Ayan. We were able to, tama po ito, that we were able to boost our confidence as a cooperative and as officials of the cooperative, because we do not know what to tell our members on what to do next. And then ito nga, nung nangyari ito, CESO was there, CA Jerry was there, DTI was there. Medyo nagkaroon kami ng peace of mind. Nagkaroon na kami ng guide. So nagkaroon na kami ng alam na namin kung anong gagawin namin. So this is how ang impact ba, it was really very impactful, because our gardens that una is just our cooperative, no, selling it, no, and then the income going to our co-op. What we did was, as per CA Jerry, is to backyard garden our members. So that's what we did. All our members, no, we tried to have an area coordinator for all the areas here in Boracay. We came out with about 18 areas. And all of these areas, we opened a communal garden. So this communal garden created a big impact in terms of food production and food provider ng isang area. So very thankful kami diyan sa isang guide sa amin yan ng CESO. And then from 120, the pre-pandemic namin na membership, we rose to 1,000 plus. Nagulat kami doon. And then marami nang gustong sumali, marami nang gustong magpa-member, and marami na pong gustong magbayad talaga ng kanilang share capital at saka yung monthly CBU. So next slide, sir. Oo. Kasi sir, from our enterprises, no, we were also doing advocacy work, like we help or we assist in the food feeding, in the distribution of food packs. We assist all of that. And our the ladies or the women in the community are also would like also to help out. So kaya kami dumami ng dumami. So ngayon medyo nasa 1,000 na kami, 200, from 1,212. Ngayon po ay 1,300 plus na po kami because mayroon na rin po kaming housing project ngayon. Next slide please. So yung communal garden project namin really became very successful kasi binigyan pa po kami ng kadiwa ng ating Department of Agriculture. So ang amin lahat ng communal garden, lahat ng excess harvest ng mga kababaihan ay binibenta po sa kadiwa din nila. No, yung kadiwa nila din po ang bumibili ng kanilang mga harvest. Kaya gustong-gusto nila na nag-garden kasi may kinikita na sila doon. And then other than that is marami po kaming na families, no? Families na po mismo during that time kasi syempre pandemic, walang ginagawa. The families went back to gardening, the families went back to agriculture, and the fathers were into fishing, even with the mothers and the children. They were already doing food production. So, and then may grants po. Ang mga grants na re-receive namin ay medyo from the government, medyo dumami din. Like ang kadiwa namin, grant po yun. And then another one is the bakery. Next slide, sir. Ang bakery namin at saka yung coffee shop namin at saka yung patahian. Those were the community-based na mga negosyo na binigay sa amin ng government na we really appreciate that from tourist-based namin ng mga enterprises, nagkaroon kami ng opportunity to earn during the pandemic, diverting our enterprises, social enterprises to community based, no, like ang yun nga sinasabi ko kanina, yung kadiwa, yung bakery at saka yung yung patahian. Matalagang napakalaking tulong sa amin kaya nabuhay po kami during those pandemic, no, the pandemic period, no. And then next slide, sir. Ang aming community mart po ay naging tuloy-tuloy for a certain period of time ay na-close po namin siya. Pero we came back, no? We came back with our community mart, and of course it's a community-based enterprise. Medyo lumago din po siya dahil nga ang ginawa na namin is the diversion from tourist-based naging community-based kami. So we provided more livelihood and employment opportunities ngayon sa mga kababaihan and sa mga asawa nila na mga wala pang trabaho. So kami po ang nag-adapt sa kanila so they can have earnings during that time. And then yung profitability namin ay nasi-share po namin sa aming mga miyembro, no? So nakakabili po sila ng bigas, nakakabili po ng ulam, nakakabili ng not so much, but then again because of this diversion na tulong na tinulong sa amin ng aming CA ay medyo nakaluwag-luwag po, no, nakaluwag-luwag po ang lahat at nakaka-assure sila na magkakaroon ng bigas. So marami ho kaming rice distribution na ginawa during the pandemic time. Next slide, sir. So, ito po ay napakagandang experience namin with CESO, who is Cataliste now. And sana is ma-meet namin si Sir Jerry, no, na who can provide us who provided us with the direction and yung na-organize niya yung thoughts namin and na-organize niya rin yung aming decision making. Yun ang napakaganda po doon na experience namin sa kay CA Jerry. Next slide please. Ayan po, lahat po kami ngayon, kahit na tapos na po ang pandemic, ay tuloy-tuloy pa rin po pagtatanim kasi po may earnings, no? And then ang aming membership ngayon, ang kadiwa po namin ay from 12, naging 15, ngayon po 18. Pero to date ngayon, 21 na po yung kadiwa outlets namin. And we have about 18 communal gardens po. And yung members namin, kanina, last na report ko kay sir is 1,212. Pero ngayon po sir, ngayon umaabot na po kami ng 1,300 because of our housing project. Next slide sir. So may radio show na rin kami. And then may mga forum na rin po kami, courtesy din po ng Global Affairs Canada. So ayan no, and sana ay ang aming projects with Caliste ay with Catalyst is magtuloy-tuloy lang po. And ang aming agriculture, ang food namin, ang agriculture projects namin dito sa Boracay, sana magtuloy-tuloy din. Kasi po ang napansin ko, no, lalo na during the pandemic, parang daming-daming pera, ano naman ang gagawin namin sa dami-dami naming pera kung wala kaming makain? Wala kaming nutrition, no, na parang yun ang naging observation ko nung pandemic. So thank you po for this opportunity, and I hope we can have a long-term relationship with Catalyst or CESO before.
Maraming
sir.
salamat po, Miss Desiree, sa napakagandang presentation at pagpapakilala ng Boracay Women's Producers Co-op. No, nakakatuwa kasi habang nagkukwento kayo, kasi I know na-meet na namin yung grupo nyo before pa when I was in PBSP before, you know, to mention. Same with, I think with Mercy is here na may hawak ng livelihood project that time. Nakakatuwa kasi same people, nagka-lockdown pero naghanap ng paraan, you know, with these same people from souvenir products to agricultural products na produce nila. Nakakatuwa kasi kumikita pa rin sila until now. At nakapaghagal. Yes, nakakatuwa ma'am. Congratulations po. Nakakatuwa ang mga ganitong mga success story sa ating community, no, na ito yung sinasabi ni Miss Angel kanina na walang maiiwan sa baba, lahat aangat, lalo-lalo sa part ng mga kababaihan in Boracay.
Ang kagandahan pa sir is magkakaroon na kami ng parang farm tour ba? Di kaya o di kaya yung parang bayanihan fiesta package, kasi maraming nag-appreciate ng communal gardens namin. Gusto nila na doon kumain, magluto kami ng alam mo fresh, magluto kami doon, mag-harvest sila. So yun sir, parang yun yung next phase namin with our communal gardens.
Looking forward po kami dyan, ma'am. Tsaka, and I think pwedeng i-adapt yung idea na ganyan sa ibang co-ops and organization.
Yes po.
Yes.
I think Rhino. Sabi ko po, sobrang akma kasi ang Boracay is known for tourism. So
Yes.
yung direction towards farm tourism, ecotourism. So good po yung
Nako-consider na rin
next
po.
steps.
Nako-consider na rin po ng ating government, no, so far sa ngayon yung agritourism.
Congratulations po, Miss Desiree. Ang galing ng inyong group.
Thank you po.
Congrats, Miss Desiree. No? Actually, I just want to add, nung in-assist namin si Miss Desiree, parang peak pa ng pandemic. Okay? So we were not able, so hindi kami pwede mag-deploy ng advisor. So we did the mentoring virtually. Okay? So sabi nga namin nung, kasi actually si Miss Desiree was one of the first na kliyente namin, partners namin, no, nag-undergo ng virtual training, virtual mentoring. Nung una talaga medyo ano kami, medyo nag-worry kami kung magiging successful. Pero no, despite of the fact na virtual mentoring, nakita naman natin yung naging effect. 'Di ba? Dati kinakanta nyo, tulero, 'di ba? Pero ngayon kinakanta nyo na ngayon happy days are here again. Congratulations.
Congrats, ma'am.
Iba talaga may ano pa may training ba na
yes, ma'am.
Ano talaga yung nagagaydan kayo. Iba talaga
Tsaka,
po yun.
Iba na. Kayo na magkaroon ng radio station. Di ba?
Radio show pa lang. Sa radio show pa lang.
Di ba?
Level, di ba? Sana all.
Correct. Nakakatuwa. Kaya, ma'am, saludo kami sa tulad ninyo, ma'am. Isa kayo sa, kumbaga, a good example ng ating empowered women. So, palakpakan po natin si Miss Desiree. So congrats, ma'am. At wish po namin sana magtuloy-tuloy po ang tagumpay ng inyong organisasyon, no, ng inyong Boracay Women's Producers Co-op. At marami pa kayong mapaganda. Kasi po meron din po kasi silang mga beauty products na pinuproduce. So sana hindi lang Boracay Women ang inyong mapaganda, kundi ang buong Pilipinas, no. So we're hoping for that.
Environment friendly, sir,
Yes, syempre. Kaya naman po sa ating mga bisita, drop your orders now sa mga gusto mag-order, collaborate, partners, and to know more about Boracay Women's Producers Co-op. Ano po? So, contact nyo lang sa Dropbox or direct message to Miss Desiree. Okay? So, hindi pa po tapos ang ating sorpresa ngayong hapon. So, ngayong hapon po, dahil may isa pa tayong empowered women na makakasama ngayong session na to, bukod kay Ma'am Desiree. And to continue our usapan, let's welcome Miss Cristina Generoso, the General Manager of Pinandalayan Rural Improvement Club Multipurpose Cooperative. So, Ma'am Tin, magandang hapon po.
Magandang hapon po. I'm Cristina Generoso from General Manager po ng Pinagdanlayan Rural Improvement Club Multipurpose Cooperative. Very thankful po kami sa Catalyst for giving us a chance na kami po ay makasama dito sa women empowerment and at the same time po with PPSA. So hopefully po maging fruitful po ang ating discussion this afternoon and sana din po makita niyo po yung fruits of hard labor ng aming kooperatiba. So to share with you po the brief background of PIC and PC, we prepared slides po. So next slide po. So, saan po nagsimula ang lahat? So, ang Pinagdanlayan Rural Improvement Club Multipurpose Cooperative po ay nagsimula bilang isang asosasyon ng mga kababaihan. Ito po ay itinatag ng Home Technologist Management sa pamamagitan po ng Department of Agriculture, kung saan ang layunin po ay matulungan ang mga kababaihan, lalo-lalo na po ang mga asawa ng mga farmers na magkaroon po ng mga livelihood projects or para matulungan sila sa kanilang pang-araw-araw na pangkabuhayan. Next slide po. So nag-start po ang cooperative March 1986 na meron lang pong 20 kababaihan na mga miyembro. Ang ginagawa lang po nila kung saan wala pong formal offices, kung saan lang po merong bahay na available para dun sila gumawa ng iba't ibang mga produkto, iba't ibang delicacies po na available po sa barangay namin. Dun lang po nila pinoproduce. So nag-chip in lang po ng 5 pesos. And then pag naibenta sa market, kung ano man po yung maging income, yun po yung idinidivide as kita ng mga kababaihan na ito. Next po. Nung panahon po na yon, marami po ang harvest dito sa Pinagdanlayan ng luya. So nahihirapan po ang mga farmers namin na ilabas po siya sa merkado. Siyempre po siguro because of transportation and wala pong market. So that time po, nag-decide po ang Department of Agriculture na mag-isip po ng paraan kung paano magkakaroon ng magandang produkto ang ginger. Kaya po doon po isinilang ang pagpo-produce ng instant salabat. So naging mahirap po sa kooperatiba dahil lahat po ay ginagawa manually. Bukod po doon, syempre po dahil probinsya, typical po na ang paggawa ng salabat ay kayang-kayang gawin sa kanya-kanyang mga bahay. So ang pagmamarket po nito ay medyo matagal po bago natanggap sa merkado ang instant salabat dahil nga po kayang-kaya naman daw gawin sa kanya-kanyang mga bahay. Pero hindi po doon tumigil ang mga kababaihan na to. Gumawa pa rin po sila ng mga salabat na ibinibenta po sa mga local trade fairs sa ginagawa pong pampasalubong, dinadala po for abroad, kung basta ano ay inaalok lang po kung saan pwede nilang i-market ang produkto. Hanggang sa noon pong June 16, 2000, ang asosasyon pong ito, dahil dati po itong Rural Improvement Club, tinanggap po nila ang hamon na gawin siyang isang kooperatiba with 25 incorporators po. Na ang unang naging saping puhunan po, 500 each ang bawat isa. So nag-umpisa lang po ng saping puhunan na 12,500. Next slide po. Dahil po sa ang instant salabat nga po ang parang naging main flagship ng aming kooperatiba sa pamamagitan po ng iba't ibang ahensya ng gobyerno tulad po ng DTI, tinulungan po na magkaroon ng isang maayos na packaging yung aming produkto. DOST po para sa mga iba't ibang mga licenses nito. At ang LGU po namin, ginawa po siyang one town, one product ng Dolores. Kung kaya't from there po, nagkaroon po ng unti-unti nakilala po sa merkado ang aming instant salabat. Nakakasali na po siya sa mga local trade fairs kung saan na-feature po at napapakilala yung aming pong produkto. Tulad po ng pangkaraniwang mga kooperatiba, dumaan din po ang PRIC sa mga iba't ibang pagsubok. Pero hindi po sila huminto doon, bagkus po lalo pa po nilang ginawa ang kanilang mga best, yung pong kooperasyon at pagkakaisa ay lalo pa pong pinagtibay para po mas mapaunlad pa po ang aming kooperatiba. So, noong pong June 16, 2000, ito po ay officially naging registered na po sa Cooperative Development Authority. Narehistro na din po siya sa iba't ibang mga ahensya ng gobyerno. And then, noong 2004, naging one town, one product po ng Bayan ng Dolores. Mula po 2009 hanggang sa pangkasalukuyan po, meron na po itong license to operate under the FDA LTO. At nagkaroon na din po ito ng Certificate of Product Registration. And noong 2022 po, ito po ay nagkaroon na din ng halal certification. Next slide po. So, ang mga naging trials and challenges po noon ay pagkakaroon po ng lack of cooperative know-how dahil karamihan nga po sa mga members ng mga kababaihan ay hindi po mga nakapagtapos ng pag-aaral, konti lang po ang kanilang kaalaman, kaya yung pong mga pagdating po sa pagpe-prepare ng mga documents, pagdating po sa kooperatiba ay medyo dun po sila nahirapan. Lack of financial support dahil nasabi ko nga po sa inyo, nagkaroon lang po ng initial capital ang kooperatiba at 12,500. And then management staff po ay hindi mga nakapagtapos sa pag-aaral. And nagkaroon din po syempre ng poor management know-how. At yung iba lang po, dahil yung iba pong mga members po, siguro po ay hindi pa ganon katibay ang pananampalataya sa kooperatiba kung kaya't ang kanilang commitment po ay hindi ganon katibay. Ngunit ang mga naging board of directors po noon, mga officers and then yung management staff po, in spite of all these trials and challenges, ay nanatili po na nagsumikap para po ang kooperatiba po ay hindi basta masira or mabuwag. Next po, next slide po. So kami po ay merong mission vision statement. At ang mission vision statement po na to ay nagawa namin or nabuo namin sa tulong po ng amin pong naging CA advisor na si Sir Jerry O'Connor. So, next slide po. So, next slide po. So, in spite po of all the challenges po ng kooperatiba, nagkaroon po ito ng mga awards and recognition. Kami po ay 3 years consistent na Provincial and Regional Gawad Saka Awardee, Dole Productivity Olympic Awardee, Next slide po. Ayan po. Next slide po. Next po. Next slide po. So ang kooperatiba po, bukod po sa aming mga serbisyo sa aming mga members, meron din po kaming mga iba't ibang community service. Isa na po dito ay ang Brigada Eskwela. Next po. Meron din po kaming mga tree planting activities. Next po. Tulong po nung panahon po ng COVID-19 sa lahat po ng mga members namin, kami po ay nag-provide ng mga ayuda sa kanila. Next slide po. And then sa mga frontliners po, sa mga hospitals and then even sa LGUs, kami po ay nagkaroon din ng kaunting mga donations sa kanila. Next slide po. Yan po. So, nung panahon po ng pandemic, halos lahat naman po ay nagkaroon na shock doon sa nangyari sa atin na bigla ang pandemya na hindi natin inaasahan, na halos buong mundo naman po ata ay naapektuhan. But sa part po ng aming kooperatiba, although some of the projects po na meron kami ay naapektuhan, but dahil po sa aming ginger and turmeric brew manufacturing, halos po na triple pa po yung sales namin at hindi po din namin inakala na even during pandemic ay mas lalo pa po kaming magkakaroon ng income dahil nga po ang ginger, hindi naman po namin sinasabing gamot siya sa COVID, but at least it will help you prevent having COVID. So yung amin pong institutional buyer noon, mas nag-triple pa po ang mga orders niya sa amin because they are supplying po ginger brew and turmeric brew to 7-Eleven and Mercury Drugs all over the Philippines po. So talaga po instead na mawala ng trabaho or mag-work from home ang mga empleyado namin, tuloy-tuloy po ang negosyo, tuloy-tuloy po ang pagpasok. And during the pandemic po, since medyo malaki po yung volume ng orders sa amin, ay nagkaroon pa po kami ng mga additional contractual workers na gumagawa po day and night just to sustain po yung volume of orders sa amin during those times. And Prick MPC is very lucky kasi po ang SESO po or ang Catalyst Plus ngayon ay andyan po para patuloy po na sumuporta at magturo sa aming kooperatiba dahil in spite po of all the trials and challenges na nalampasan namin, kahit po sinasabing kami ay medyo level up na, still po naniniwala kami na the more na mas marami pa po kaming kailangang matutunan sa negosyo, sa pagpapatakbo ng aming negosyo dahil umuunlad na po, so mas marami pa pong nakikita kaming challenges at mas marami pa pong improvement na kailangan naming gawin dahil nga po medyo lumalaki na ang aming kooperatiba. Next slide po. So sa matagal pong panahon, since 2019, even before the pandemic po, nagkaroon na po kami ng assistance with SESO. So yun po yung business assistance in the assessment of business operation and financial management with VA Jerry O'Connor. So nagstay po sa amin dito si Sir Jerry for almost 2 weeks and then tinuruan po niya kami more on business assistance and sa mga operations and financial management po ng co-op. Next slide po. And during 2020 po, nagkaroon din po kami ng assistance with the development of e-commerce website with CA Carmen Cadnon. And assistance po on the graphic design sa aming e-commerce website with CA Pierre Ahelo. So lahat po ito ay virtual training. So medyo naging challenge po ito sa amin dahil nung panahon po ng pandemic, lahat po ay online. Nagka-clag, so ang hirap po ng internet connection, lagi pong pawala-wala, so every time na nagtitraining kami, kailangan ma-reschedule siya kasi alam niyo po yung nahirapan kami sa internet connection. But still, we were able to come up with the website po ng PRIC MPC, and natapos naman po ito, and very helpful po ang website na ito sa amin kasi mas napapromote po ang aming kooperatiba at ang aming mga produkto through this website. And on 2021 po, nagkaroon pa po kami ng continuous assistance with CA Carmen Gagnon through the assistance on implementing digital marketing techniques and strategies to maximize the impact of web presence. So lahat po ito ay ongoing naman po na ini-implement po ng cooperative sa ngayon. Next slide po. So next slide, ma'am. Okay po. Noong 2022 po pala, pwede pong pabalik nung isang slide. Okay, noong 2022 po, nagkaroon din po kami ng assistance sa development of marketing strategies and sales plan with CA Grant Lee. So, virtual training din po to. And unfortunately, nung nagkaroon ng chance si Sir Grant Lee na mag-travel, nag-visit po siya dito sa office. Kaya po, nag-meet kami in person. And we were also able to meet him sa bahay niya sa Pangasinan noong time na yon. And then, even nangyari po yon even during dun sa aming trainings with Sir Grantley. Next slide po. 2022 po, nagkaroon din po kami ng assistance on business management and human resource management with the help of CA Wilgao. So, 2 weeks din po dito si Sir Will sa amin. So, malaki po katulungan kasi he were able to assess yun pong mga individual personality ng mga workers, ng mga staff, and at the same time po, naturuan po niya na kami on how to improve yung mga personnel performance evaluation na ginagawa namin sa mga staff and sa mga workers namin. And nagkaroon din po kami ng chance na ma-assess individually yung aming mga empleyado at aming mga workers. So malaking katulungan po kasi nagkaroon po ng enlightenment on how we should deal with the staff and the workers that we have dito po sa PRIC. Next slide po. So 2023 po, ito po yung latest na assistance ng Catalyst sa amin, assistance in improving root crop production with the help of CA Michael Irvin. So this time po, si CA Michael, he was able to visit yung iba't iba pong mga farms ng aming mga members na nagtatanim po ng ginger and turmeric and other crops. So he was able to discuss with the farmers kung ano po yung pwede niya i-suggest on how to grow more dun sa ginger, kasi dun kami nagkakaroon ng konting problema pagdating po sa mga patanim na ginger, and then with other crops na po pwedeng itanim dito po sa aming barangay. Next po. So these are the products and services po of the cooperative. Next slide po. So we have the ginger and turmeric brew manufacturing. Next slide po. And then we also have the peanut brittle manufacturing. Next slide po. So these are the products po that we have right now. All of them are with FDA, CPR, and halal certification. And mostly po products can be seen sa iba't ibang mga pasalubong centers, during mga trade fairs po. And then we do have our own resellers, and then pwede din po dito sa aming stores. So ang Hillside Food Products po, I'm happy to tell you na siya po ay ngayon ay na-export na rin. Meron na rin po kaming export engagement sa Hong Kong, Taiwan, and hopefully po makapasok din kami sa US. Next slide po. So we also have the usual savings and loans for the cooperative po. Next slide po. Then we have our own consumer store. Next slide po. And then we have the ginger production. So the ginger production po, ito po yung mga patanim naming luya sa aming mga farmer members. So ang lahat po ng mga farm inputs ay provided po ng kooperatiba. Ang provide lang po ng aming mga members ay yung lupa at saka po yung pagtatanim, yung maintenance po ng mga luyang amin pong patanim sa kanila. Next slide po. Ay, yun na po pala. So, yun po yung maikling history, success story po ng aming kooperatiba, and hopefully po, marami po kayong natutunan dun sa aming pong presentation.
Yes naman, Miss Tin. At maraming salamat po sa pag-introduce, pagpapakilala ng inyong organisasyon sa amin. At I think lahat nakarelate, hindi lang ako during the pandemic, yung kahit sinisikmura ka na, nakasalalay sa luya at lemon.
Yes, sir.
Kasi takot lahat magka-COVID. You know, prevention is better than cure. Bawal ubuhin. Ay, bawal magka-ubo that time. So, yun. Thank you, ma'am. And ito pala, i-claim mo na 'di ba gusto niyo mapasok ang US ng inyong product, i-claim niyo na 'yan. Sabihin niyo na 'yan sa universe para marinig. Yes,
we're
para
working on it, sir. Hopefully
exactly, ma'am.
So,
yes, so congratulations, ma'am, in advance, and thank you po ulit. May I request everybody na palakpakan po natin ang ating mga bisita, ang dalawa nating empowered women. Ito po ay virtual clap para sa kanila.
Okay, excuse me, Brian, I just want to add something. Okay.
Go, Sir Matt.
Okay, so yung PRIC, no? Pinagdala yan PRI's multipurpose cooperative. We have been assisting them now for more than 10 years now. Actually, the first time that we assisted them was way back in 2008 or 2009. Okay? Ang processing area nila during that time was just in a small nipahat. Okay? So nakita namin yung growth. Ang maganda kasi dito sa cooperative, they are very open to assistance, no, from organizations like us. Lahat na pwede nilang i-avail sa amin. Dati, unang mga namin sa kanila, assistance namin sa kanila is on product development, GMP, and so on and so forth. Okay, so lahat yun in-avail nila. Until now, no? Continuously, they are still availing of our assistance. So nakita namin paano sila nag-grow. Okay? So from Anipahat, ngayon, meron silang malaking building. Yung processing center nila is high-tech na. Okay, so makikita mo talaga yung improvement. So ganyan ka-successful ang Pinagdanlayan Rural Improvement Club Multipurpose Cooperative. So congratulations.
Yes, thank you, Sir Matt. Let's move on to the next. At dahil nga po ito ay usapan, we want to hear your thoughts. So please welcome our PPSA Communications Officer, Ms. Susie Hope Banidad, to facilitate the question and answer portion of the session. So ito po yung sinasabi natin kanina, na if you have questions in your mind, marami po ako nababasa actually. Nakakatuwa, no, na makita sa ating group chat sa baba na maraming gustong ma-adapt yung mga nangyayari sa Boracay and also sa cooperative natin dyan kila Miss Tina. So ito po yung chance nyo na magtanong kung anong mga gusto nyong mangyari sa same with, I think may Tagalanaw dito at Cebu na gustong adapt yung communal garden. So it's about time. So let's go, Susie.
Magandang hapon po sa lahat. Thank you so much po sa ating mga speakers, Sir Matt, Sir Erwin, Sir Venier from Catalyst Plus for partnering with us. And also ang ating very inspiring women speakers, si Miss Desiree po at si Miss Tina. So nakita po namin marami na pong inquiries in the chat box about how they can reach out to them. So rest assured po that we will share with you their information in our after event emails sa mga registered participants po natin. So wag na po nating patagalin pa. Let's bring back our speakers, Sir Erwin, Sir Matt, and also Miss Tina and Miss Desiree. So we have our first question na po from Miss Ruth. Miss Ruth, feel free to unmute yourself po.
Magandang hapon po, Ma'am Desiree.
First honor talaga si Miss Ruth.
Consistent.
Consistent kasi may meeting pa ako isa. Ma'am Desiree, magandang hapon po. No? Kasi po sabi nyo kanina, ang dami nyo ng pera, so nainggit po kami. So magtatanong po sana.
Sana all.
Kaya sana all eh. O, kasi po, baka maanggihan kami ng konti din kaya magtatanong po ako. Siyempre po, bilang mga ina, di ba gusto nating maipasa sa mga anak natin yung ganitong klaseng swerte, di po ba? So, ang tanong ko nga po doon sa chat box, more or less po ba, magkano yung kinikita ng bawat miyembro nyo? Kasi sa Boracay, napakadaming trabaho dyan eh. I mean, pwede na lang silang magtrabaho sa mga hotel, sa mga resort,
Yes,
magmasahe sa beach. So, bakit po nila gagawin yung negosyo nyo versus yung napakadaling mga trabaho dyan sa tabi-tabi? Ano po ba ang talagang neto na kinikita para po ma-compare namin sa siguro minimum wage or whatever, no, sa mga kinikita dyan? Kasi po nakaka-inspire po yung kwento nyo. Tsaka gusto rin po namin dumami yung pera namin. Thank you po.
Hindi naman po sobrang dami na pera. Ang ano naman po doon kasi, mga nanay po kasi sila, marginalized pa po, tapos mga vulnerable, tawag dito, mas pinipili kasi nila to be with their children, no? Lalo na doon sa mga anak nila na nag-aaral. Before kasi, before nung patapos na po yung pandemic, 'di ba? Ano pa rin yung doon pa rin parang nasa bahay pa rin nila, no? Naka-modular lang yung mga anak nila. So mas pinipili po nila na doon po sila, may time po sila for their children. Kahit na wala na daw sa asawa, basta sa children nila meron. So hindi naman ho kalakihan yung kikitain nila, o di kaya yung as much as possible, at least meron lang sila na aambag sa sweldo ng mga asawa nila. Hindi pa kasi kami umaabot dun sa rate ba na pang-dole talaga. Hopefully with the new project that we have sa communal gardens, makakapag-dole rate na po sila. Pero dito po sa ngayon with the communal gardens and the Kadiwa, hindi pa po yan hindi pa po yan bonggang-bongga na kitaan. Ang importante sa kanila is yun na nga ma'am, is they can be with their children and they can have time for their children. Yun yung nila.
Thank you po. Thank you, Miss Desiree. I hope that answers your question, Miss Ruth, no?
Yeah.
Um,
lang dun sa trainers nila siguro, hindi naman ng bonggang-bonggang kita, ngunit something that will be sustainable. Okay,
Yes,
number two is that something na pwede ipamana sa anak. Kasi
yes, natin po yan. We're investing po sa mga anak din nila, lalo na sa youth nila, na pinapag-garden po namin yan every summer. Binibigyan po namin ng sweldo din. Allowance lang naman, pero at least meron. Together with Dole po yan.
Good point po, no? Kasi nga na-mention kanina ni Miss Angel from her opening remarks, no, we need more work from home opportunities for women so they can balance their domestic work as well and be with their children. So, salamat po for answering that, Miss Desiree. So, we have a question naman po for Catalyst Plus. So, we're curious to know po, what were the biggest challenges naman po that you encountered in implementing the O project? So, kanina po may na-share po kayo, but maybe would you like to expound on that po, Sir Matt or Sir Erwin?
Yeah. Okay, so kanina nabanggit ko na nagkataon when we first implemented yung O program, nag-start yung pandemic. So hindi kami pwede mag-deploy ng mga Canadians sa field. So we opted, so wala no other choice but to do it virtually. So since first time namin gagawin yon, medyo anxious kami. No, kasi considering nga, di ba, may problema sa mga internet connections and so forth. Tapos yung time, no? Yung 12-hour difference between the Philippines and Canada. Isa pa rin yun. Pero despite of those problems, no, nakikita namin, na-overcome namin yung mga yung mga restrictions, mga problema na gayon, no? So nakita natin nga yung naging effect sa Boracay Women's Producers Cooperative. Nung yung very simple lang na recommendation. Kasi ang importante roon, yung magkaroon ng tiwala yung client partner namin doon sa advisor. na maging na ma-mentor talaga, mabigyan talaga ng guidance, no? Paano mabago yung pananaw nila, no? Paano sila ma-encourage, no? Yung pang ma-motivate lang sila, malaking bagay na yun eh. Okay. Ngayon, nung na-resume na yung yung in-person assignment, meron pa rin kasi kaming nakitang challenge, no? Kasi syempre karamihan sa mga kliyente namin lugi during the pandemic, no? Ano nga lang pinagdala yan Rural Improvement Club ang medyo kumita noon saka yung mga iba pang mga kliyente namin who are also into ginger turmeric, no, processing, okay? So usually dati kasi ang sistema namin is that we require, no, our client partners to shoulder yung local cost ng assignment, no, yung accommodation, yung pagkain ng advisor for the duration of the assignment. Usually mga 2 to 3 weeks yung assignment no? Very specific naman yun. So nakita namin na walang kakayahan, no, na yung mga kliyente namin, mga partners namin to cover yung local costs, no, ng assignment. So ginawa namin, we requested, no, our head office and of course yung Global Affairs Canada na magbigay kami ng subsidy. So hanggang ngayon we are providing, no, yung subsidy for the accommodation ng advisor. So kami yung sumasagot pag alam namin na walang kakayahan, walang resources yung kliyente namin. So ganun, okay? Also, kasi karamihan sa mga kliyente namin are women's cooperatives, no, associations which are located in the remote areas, no. Malalayo talaga Nakakatuwa nga yung mga Canadians hindi natatakot pumunta ron and they are willing to stay, no, sa mga resort, mga maliliit na bread and breakfast rooms, no. Ang problema rin doon kapag kunyari syempre iniiwan namin no, yung advisor for the duration of the assignment. Minsan syempre karamihan, no, marami sa mga kliyente natin is of course sa mga Filipino, they can easily understand English, no. Pero sometimes nahihirapan sila mag-express themselves in English, okay? So yung communication nagiging problema. So we usually ask because we are working with the DTI, no? So in every province that we have partners, yung mga DTI provincial offices assist our volunteer advisors. So kasi every halos lahat naman ng mga municipalities ngayon meron ng DTI Negotiation Center. So they have their own business counselors, no? So yung mga staff ng DTI Negotiation Center assist, no, yung mga partners namin during the assignment with our Canadian advisor. So sila yung nagta-translate, sila yung nag-assist sa kliyente namin para masundan kung ano yung tinuturo ng advisors. So far naman, even with those sabihin nating challenges, okay pa rin naman ang naging resulta. Yeah. So everything has been doing well. Maraming kaming mga na-assist na, no? From Regions 1, Region 2, even in tawag dito sa Benguet and Mountain provinces, no? Region 4A and Region 6, okay?
Thank you, Sir Matt.
Sorry, Susie. I'd like to Sir Matt, request kasi meron din po sa chat nag-inquire kung paano po na matutulungan yung group nila ng Catalyst Plus. Ito yung sa Lanao Dalaguete Cebu, Lanao Women's Association. We have the president in the learning session now, si Miss Belen.
Okay.
Para din po sa benefit ng iba rin pong nakikinig.
Sige, okay. So Miss Belen, kasi ganito, no, ang sistema namin is that because we're working with the DTI, so ang DTI, siya yung nagre-recommenda sa amin kung sino yung mga cooperatives, no, associations or individual MSMEs doon sa lugar nila na pwedeng maging beneficiary ng programa. Kasi siyempre hindi naman namin kilala yung mga like Boracay. We came to know about Boracay, Women's Producers Cooperative through DTI. Okay? So yung DTI, sila yung facilitators, no? Pwede kayong sa Mindanao kasi as of now, sa Lanao area, wala pa kaming operations, no? Okay? Pero pwede pa rin kasi ang Canadian Embassy, no, may travel restriction sa Mindanao area. So hindi kami pwede mag-deploy ng advisor doon, okay? Pero meron pa rin tayong option. We can do yung mentoring virtually. No? Yan nga nauso na ngayon eh. Yung mga virtual online meetings, okay? And we did that, no? Effectively with the Boracay Women's Producers Cooperative. Okay. Ngayon, kung hindi kayo konektado sa DTI, syempre hindi kayo pwedeng i-recommenda, no? Directly ng DTI to us, no? Pinag-uusapan namin ng PPSA, no? Na ang PPSA would also partner with us, okay? So yung mga kooperatiba or mga associations o sino man, mga farmers group o whatever na mga interesado na mag-avail ng assistance namin, pwedeng ang PPSA ang siya ang magre-recommenda sa amin. Okay? So siguro we will, if we can be able to partner as soon as possible, no, yung i-formalize lang namin ng partnership, no, with PPSA para sila na yung mga taga-turo, taga-recommenda na pwede naming i-assist. So Miss Belen, huwag kayo mag-worry, no? Pwede namin kayo tulungan, no? Pwede rin namin kayo tulungan, okay? So
thank you po, Sir Matt. So exciting collaboration between Catalyst Plus and PPSA in the future, no? So before we proceed po to the next question.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Susi, pwede kong makita o marinig si Miss Belen? Ikwento lang niya kung ano yung
Dito po ba kayo?
project
Yeah,
nila.
Taga ano pala siya, kuya? Taga Cebu.
Yeah, Lanao, Dalagete, Cebu. Miss Belen, please unmute yourself and if possible po, please turn on your
Taga Cebu naman pala, hindi pala taga Lanao.
Oo, so
Cebu.
walang problema. Walang problema
Sir,
sa Visayas.
good afternoon po. Good afternoon. Sa Cebu po kami, sa Visayas po.
Okay.
Hindi pala Mindanao.
Tapos,
Okay.
opo.
Ano yung project nyo, Miss Belen?
Ano po, nag-produce po kami ng virgin coconut oil po. Nag-start kami ng 2021, pandemic din po kasi walang mga trabaho yung mga women, pati mga anak nila, kaya nagka-organize, nagkasundo kami na subukan namin yung virgin oil kasi yung copra nga, problem sa copra nagiging hanggang 10 piso na lang yung kilo. Kaya nag-usap kami kung paano namin kasi yun ang source ng income namin, yung copra po.
Okay.
Hindi, wala na po kaming kung wala na kaming maisip, kaya yun nagkasundo po kami. Kaya lang ngayon nahirap kami ng marketing namin, tapos hindi pala ganun, ang daming challenges po kasi nasa yung kami remote areas kami, hilltop po kami, kaya hindi basta-basta.
Okay. So Miss Belen, nakarehistro na ba kayo kunyari sa isang government agency as an organization?
Opo sir, registered po kami sa DOLE, tapos accredited po kami sa PCA, tapos opo, may contact po kami sa DTI. Actually parang DTI at nag-naka sa amin ng link na pwede kaming isama. Hindi ko, bigla na lang nang dumating yung email sa amin na kung pwede akong sumabit dito. Tapos FDA approved na po kami last December 22.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Sige. Billing kami na tulungan kayo.
Ay, thank you po. Naku, marami pong salamat.
Discuss po separately na, Sir Matt.
Okay. Mag-email na lang tayo o bibigay ko yung number ko sa inyo. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Marami pong salamat na malami.
Exciting naman po. Thank you po, Miss Belen, for sharing
Thank you din po. Salamat po sa inyo.
Okay. On the spot yan.
Yes. Maganda yung ganitong session na talagang very productive, at least on the spot.
Ang dami na kasi mga problema na tapos sabi ko saan
so
kaya tayo
proceed po.
Sige, thank you po.
Thank you, Miss Belen. So, acknowledge ko lang po yung comment kanina ni Miss Catherine Sobrevega from MIDA on why women would choose to work with other women in a cooperative po. So, they probably want to be in a safe place and with support of other women. So, parang it inspires us to create more safe spaces for women, no, especially in the agriculture sector. So, nagtanong din si Miss Belen kanina, so need po ba maging co-op before maka-avail ng tulong ninyo, Sir Matt?
Hindi naman, kung association naman sila pwede, and ang importante dapat meron silang registration with the government agency. Sabi naman nila naka-registered naman sila sa DOLE. Okay, so okay na yon.
Okay.
Sige po. So before we end po the Q&A session, can we hear any last message po from Miss Christina and Miss Desiree on ano po yung message nila for other entrepreneurs po who are aspiring to be successful like them? Miss Tina, can we start with you po?
Nakamute ka, Miss Tina.
Sorry, ma'am. Ano nga po yun ulit? Sorry, nawawala po. Medyo malakas po yung ulan.
May message po ba kayo for other women entrepreneurs who want to be successful like you po?
Okay po. Para po dun sa mga asosasyon po ng mga kababaihan, hindi po mawawala yung mga challenge and trials po na darating sa atin. Ano po? Pero pag nandun po yung mindset natin na tayo po ay may goal na gustong ma-achieve, nandun po yung commitment, at saka nandun din po yung dedikasyon natin. Wag po kayong magkaroon ng second thoughts na i-push yung ating mga goals kasi tandaan po natin, lahat ng mga pagsubok ay malalampasan, lahat po yun ay magagawa ng paraan. And wag po kayong mag-alala, nandyan po ang iba't ibang ahensya ng gobyerno para tumulong sa atin. Nandyan po si Catalyst para tulungan po tayo sa mga adhikain natin para po mas mapaunlad pa po natin ang ating mga negosyo. Basta just go for it po and yung commitment po natin at saka po tandaan po natin na sa lahat po ng hard work, meron po talagang at the end of the rainbow, kayo pa rin po talaga yung kayo pa rin po talaga yung panalo. So just go on with your dreams. Sabi nga po, dream big at kung yun po talaga yung nasa mindset nyo, yun po yung mangyayari. So wag pong mawawala ng pag-asa. Lagi pong yung tandaan na sa lahat po ng mga trials na po pwedeng dumating sa atin, sa ating mga negosyo, lagi pong may mga darating na mga tulong, may mga dadating po sa atin na God will always provide. Yun po. So good luck po sa ating lahat, sa ating pong mga negosyo, and hopefully po, mas mapaunlad pa po natin ang ating mga kanya-kanyang mga businesses.
Thank you, Ms. Tina, for the very inspiring message. And can you hear from Ms. Desiree po any last words for our women entrepreneurs out there?
Nakamute ka, ma'am.
Oo. Again po, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank ko yung PPSA and Caliste, no, for having us to tell our story. That yung mga struggles, mga challenges, dyan yan palagi, that never stops, and it will never be hindi pa mawawala yan. Pero it's our really decision. It's a decision na and the opportunities na nakikita natin, andyan din po yan palagi. So it's really all up to us then on how we can take advantage ng mga opportunities na yon. And we just have to stay together. Kasi ang hirap po pag kooperatiba, marami po kayo. Marami po kayo may-ari ng kumpanya, hindi lang po ikaw. So ang dyan, and yung mga members mo pa, and mostly hindi yan nakakaintindi. So ang dyan is to always get them excited, no? Get them excited na when we're together, mas maraming mangyayaring maganda kaysa sa magkanya-kanya tayo. So yun po ang ko lang na from social entrepreneurship, you go into cooperativism kasi mas marami po ang makikinabang na community pag cooperativism or association. Thank you po.
Thank you din, Ms. Desiree. At sa mga nagpadala po ng questions ninyo, thank you so much po sa mga hindi po namin nasagot. Rest assured po that we will reach out to you after this session.
Sana po marami tayong spark na opportunities for women after this. So, thank you and over to you, Sir Rai.
Thank you, Susie. Thank you, Susie. May request lang po ako, no, parang before to end this session, may request to open our camera for a group photo po sa ating lahat. Family photo.
Right.
So,
So, habang nag-turn on yung videos yung iba, we'd also like to acknowledge yung Babaepreneur Organization Inc., si Miss Victoria Yu. So, I think they're based in Laguna. We will link them with, nagtatanong siya about communal gardens. Magpapaalam lang ako dun sa tiga DABPI, Bureau of Plant Industry sa Los Baños, if I can share her contact details. It's Laguna naman located. So there, ayan, nag-open na ng videos.
let's go, Monica.
Si Monica ang photographer.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so wala pa lang microphone sa. Okay, so we have 2 frames po ng ating group photo. So magka-count muna ako ng 1, 2, 3 and then smile. Okay, next naman po ng frame for a group photo. 1, 2, 3, smile. Oh, di ba? Lahat masaya. Okay. Anyway, so let's move on for another request. So this time po naman, I will launch our poll question po for our evaluation for this afternoon session, kung okay lang po sa inyo. So, ayan po. So at least may request kahit 70% lang po ng total natin ay makasagot ng ating poll evaluation or event evaluation this afternoon. So the first question po is, did the event meet your expectation? Na-meet po ba ang expectation natin sa ating session ngayong hapon? Yes or no po? Pangalawa pong tanong ay, what was your impression of the speakers or topic? Ano po ang naging impression nyo? Ito po ay good, maganda ba? Very good, magandang maganda, or okay lang, average? Third question po, last question is, were you satisfied with the overall event? Kayo po ba ay nasiyahan sa aming overall sa takbo ng ating usapan session ngayong hapon about women empowerment? Very satisfied po? Somewhat satisfied? Or not satisfied? Sana naman walang not satisfied. Kasi kanina ang lalawak ng ngiti. Feeling ko naman very satisfied and somewhat satisfied. So yun, meron na po tayong 75% participated sa ating event evaluation. I think this one is okay na. Maraming salamat po. So i-end ko na yung poll question natin. Okay po. Next is to share with us the synthesis po ng ating event session natin this afternoon. So na usapang women empowerment, may we call on Miss Veronica Limpin, our PPSA Monitoring, Evaluation and Learning Officer po. So magandang hapon, Miss Veron.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you, Sir Rai. So yan, magandang hapon po sa lahat. Once again, on behalf of our team from PPSA, so we thank you for joining us today's usapan session on women's empowerment. So it is our pleasure to partner, of course, with Catalyst Plus to show the incredible stories of the resilience and resourcefulness of our empowered guests today. And then we are very honored to feature Catalyst, an organization that works towards driving an effective social economic change here in the Philippines through their accelerating women's economic empowerment, accelerating women's empowerment in the O project. So it is funded by the Global Affairs Canada. So they provide business solutions that create opportunities for the women to lead the economic growth and uplift their communities. So a while ago, sa ating speaker, so she had in mind na yung goal nila is to provide livelihood opportunities to the marginalized women in Boracay. So a while ago, Ms. Desiree Segovia shared how Boracay Women Producers Cooperative overcame the COVID-19 and yung climate change with, of course, the assistance and help of the Catalyst Plus. And through training in business, budgeting, some marketing, so they improve their crisis response. While projects like communal gardens and yung community mart na na-share po kanina, so it boosted the community sustainability in Boracay. And Miss Christina also shared so about the award-winning MPC, yung Pinagdanlayan Rural Improvement Club, na which focus on their enhancing their member community, the socio-economic well-being through innovative products and services. So of course, with support of Catalyst Plus, some in marketing, business, and human resource training. So the PRIC MPC were empowered and won over a lot of challenges. So ayun, indeed that having strong support from the organizations that advocate women empowerment can help adapt and recover from the biggest challenges na face natin sa agricultural sector. So with that in mind, so Catalyst and PPSA will be, and other partners will be remained committed to championing women's empowerment and creating a equitable and resilient agricultural sector in the country. So, gusto lang din pong i-share kasi nakita ko kanina sa ni Sir Erwin, yung and Sir Matt, yung nila, yung stronger economies for better lives. Ayun. So, I think yung na-share na story kanina is a proof na yung stronger economies for better lives ang napaprovide the Catalyst Plus. Ayan. So, we thank you for your participation in this afternoon's usapan session, and we hope that to contribute and to promote gender equality in the sector through this series of usapan sessions that empower women as a driver of change in their community. So we look forward to seeing you again in future usapan sessions. So maraming salamat po sa lahat. Ayan. So, Saray?
Maraming salamat, V. So, pwede na natin gamitin ang hashtag #AngatLahat. Diba? By supporting each other, why not? Diba? Tama? So, thank you, Veronica. That ends today's learning sessions. Thank you to everyone for attending the session. Ano po? So, maraming pa tayong paparating na usapang ganito, na usapang session. So, I wish everyone can attend po, no? See you soon. See you soon again. Okay? This session po is brought to you by the Philippines Partnership for Sustainable Agriculture and the Catalyst Plus. See you again in the next usapang session. We hope to see you in that session po. Ang tawag doon? Ina-expect ko na. So, let's go and good afternoon po sa lahat and have a great week ahead. Magandang hapon po. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for attending.